me personally, or is it the board?
First on, let you even bring the person in, and supposedly I said that to her.
That's called hearsay.
That's right.
Oh, it's the same, we're all in this on top of what, you know, so.
And unfortunately, this is not a court of law, so.
Terry, what do we do at the hearing? Oh, I know David suggested you would come out and pick up the law, so that you could, I didn't know if the place was still too far before you. You're going on record, really, and that's what you want. I guess, Terry, what's your
The ultimate goal is to bring this above board and make it a place that is family oriented and that you would want to go to. And we got it from the surveys from the slip rings. I don't have a boat out there, and I don't frequent out at the marina. And once I did, it was really to represent this county. It was disgusting to what has taken place out there. And the blame is on both sides. The old boards, the leasing, the contract, the way it's drawn up. It's just not presentable, and it still is not presentable. And you're the main one in the leasing that is responsible for the biggest share of the unpresentability of it out there and of the downgrade.
What's not unpresentable in your mind right now?
Well, you've got a sidewalk that's washed out underneath it.
Not my
That-
responsibility.
It is yours to be bringing it up into.
Not my responsibility.
You've got cobwebs all over your dock, which is filthy. Your inside the marina is filthy.
We bring up a good point, survey. We plan on doing survey, I said after the surveys came back, we had a baseline. Is there a plan to take surveys again this year? This coming year?
As it started, there probably should be, yes.
I mean, we're just kind of thinking maybe just put, I gave ahead, and the agreement should go out maybe in January. I know we're just to send that out with the agreement, and that way when that comes back in, if they have the signed agreement and everything else, then the survey's there. The lag, if the lag comes in, but I think that's a great idea. I think this next survey should identify the points that we're concerned, and then those questions should be asked specifically about improvement, non-improvement, things that still need to be done. We're all up for construction services to improve. Yeah. Was the work of the Marina Ad Hoc Fishing Committee completed when it was disbanded?
I got movie.
If you had remained as chairperson of that committee, were the signs that were made come in at budget rather than several $100 over budget?
Yeah.
Were those signs be posted by now rather than I guess in some, the whole beginning of this meeting is very I said it before, these board meetings have been entertaining and disturbing. They seem to become more disturbing than we've got a chairperson that we refer to as a dictator. This is evident in recent statements that she has made to you that no matter what, she's got a 75 vote. I don't know why we even bother coming to some of these meetings. But what happened to begin this meeting tonight, it's going to happen no matter what, because Sherry had a 75 vote. It's also apparent in the appointment order, with Melanie Tillman not being appointed, Terry Ferguson not being appointed. When they were a dead tie in one district, and the first runner-up in the other, those people will not be considered. Maybe rules are changing. No, we don't vote for one meeting a day. We kind of made up as we go along to determine what is best for the item at hand, in my opinion. Jacob and I have actually been told by many people that they will actually enjoy coming to these meetings on Thursday nights because they're not even getting better on reality TV. The Marina and Jacob and I personally have been target of this board from the beginning, a year ago. Maybe we should just call the second meeting of each month, if that still is going to remain the Marina meeting. Marina. Here you go. It's been alluded to by previous board members may have taken bribes from the landfill and from us even to get their two things being talked about in this meeting. They don't act like they understand what they're saying. And that I've taken bribes from people wanting to get slipped at the marina. And illegal meetings have been held in the past, mainly concerning water. I just like to ask, where does anybody have proof of all these things? Why hasn't it ever been proven? Brought to anybody's attention and proved? Can it be? It may
Yeah,
come.
yeah, there are. I imagine there's people that would stand up for that, not that I know, but. But,
Somebody there.
well, okay, I guess we had one earlier where the money.
Terry, don't accuse somebody of a crime in a board meeting, please.
You know, accuse someone of what?
A crime in a board meeting?
Okay.
Ooh.
Put maybe in there, that works.
Maybe,
May,
maybe.
that appears to us, Greg.
In my, some of these meetings over the past year, I've come to a lot more this year than I've ever had to go through in the past. It's been made public knowledge that this board has not conducted itself properly. He authorized money to be spent, but the committee hasn't authorized it, the board hasn't authorized it for the survey. Made other decisions regarding the animal shelter, which hasn't been discussed at the committee level. Terry, you had meetings with the engineer from the from animal shelter that other committee members didn't even know that you were meeting with. You directed them to make decisions and alterations to the plan. This has all been brought up in public. The chairperson, with the help of the vice chair, has entered the building and altered agendas after they've been posted and refused to respond to simple queries. The board has tried to limit the power of the state's attorney and have his office actually removed as their counsel, an elected official of the county. I don't know. Possibly even try to go as smooth as you go as far as having a review from law. I don't know. I guess getting back to some of the financial issues, we talk about above board stuff, you're asking for money. I've been accused of defrauding the county by not paying rent due to them. I guess anyone with average intelligence will, calculate it, half an hour, but the county received their percentage of the full marina, of a full marina since 2008, which is when it built up. That launch fees and dry land fees have remained constant while transient rent has continued to increase. I know some of you don't understand what transient is. We will talk about it at length further. But unfortunately, about half a dozen of the members of the county cannot do this, and it's actually maintained a couple companies going in the county. We're paying $100,000 more in rent to a landlord than any tenant has ever paid at this marina. It has never been full before. There's never been people on the waiting list for you. But in your mind, nobody wants to come or go to the marina. talked about it a little bit before. I mean, I'm happy that finally EWC, somebody's moving forward and maybe doing their work for you because they get to pay $38,000 for a payroll tax for you, which is what Captain were able to do. I don't know what you guys are doing for, but it's been through the list. We know what needs to be done. We now pay somebody $38,000 for what needs to be done. We're at the meeting last week, and we alluded to you know that you're willing to give up on a $75,000 grant from the state of free money. Is that correct? Possibly? Or at least delay it for 12 to 14 months so you can use it for repairs instead of what it was designed for? Is that correct? Wasn't that me?
No, I don't think
No,
that's.
I think you brought up, Greg, that if we decided to do that, it would delay.
Yeah, because it has to go back for
So
reconsideration.
you are thinking about
No, I'm not.
Oh,
it.
I'm actually.
You're on the 5 side.
The possibility is there that it could happen, but I don't think anybody's.
I'm on get the grant ready and use it to add slip. It's a side island.
So, just in case, the 7th one, so I'm thinking about not taking it. $26,000 in your pocket next year from the American government.
And we get 90%.
You get 90% first 5 years, so if you delay it 12 or 14 months, for sure you miss out on next year.
Of new.
Captain, so if you miss out on next year's 26,000, if you happen to miss out on 2 years, the way to get it all the way is, it might be kind of do it. So it doesn't, there are, the land can be, but it's apparent, in my mind, that this form of government, under the current leadership, is not working. It has to change. The voters of DeWitt County will get that chance in the primary and general elections next year.
excuse me, this is not a forum to campaign. If you want to talk to the public about the upcoming election and campaigning, please do it elsewhere, not at this county board meeting.
Right? So everyone remembers what has happened during the past.
Thank you, Greg. Do you have anything else?
Not now, we'll be more.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
List I asked before, I talked to you, and I've also asked Dee Dee for information on those, and she said she had I think the pH levels and that, and all the discharge on the plant. I still haven't got a follow up.
I mean, if you want us to personally make these copies and get them to you.
No, I just, you had said Dee Dee had them, and then I asked Dee Dee, and she said you had some. And the only thing I was just looking for was for the information to provide to the engineering company.
Well, DD has the gaps in what I provide her the copy. We file a report every month, we have this part going on. It's required. And if she's missing any information from the, glad we get anything else. And if you're not getting these lists of things that need to be done, if you would provide us an email.
Now that we have an agreement with BWC, still label, okay?
It's nothing. It's nothing.
Not yours. You sitting back down?
Can you sit there if you want to slide across them?
Thanks for allowing me to speak this evening at the county board meeting, and address the county board and members that attend. I've written a statement that I'd like to read, and I did write this statement. I'm the chairman of Better Government for DeWitt County, and I'd like you to know that the Better Government for DeWitt County is a committee of local residents and small business owners formed to address the lack of transparency and efficiency of DeWitt County government. Our primary purpose is to educate and to inform citizens on key county board issues. Excuse me. We feel that we have some legitimate concerns on the current proposal to not remain neutral in the suit that could clearly affect the taxpayers of this county. I know that sounds mute, but we do have a concern, and that's why we're here this evening. After hearing about statements made at the Muhammad Aquifer Protection Alliance meeting at the library on Saturday, November 2nd, and reading the DeWitt County Constitution published on November 7th, it has become apparent there is a need for clarification of better government for DeWitt County's position on an issue that should be of concern to all of us in DeWitt County and surrounding communities. That would be the threat posed to our drinking water supply. At the MAPA meeting on November 2nd, County Board Chairwoman stated that there were 5 county board members opposed to the lawsuit that's being brought against Clinton Landfill regarding the placement of PCBs. That is not true. The DeWitt
Right,
County
that's not true.
Constitution
That is not what
publisher,
I said.
David, what's that?
I said, you're right, that is not true, that is not what I said.
You did say it, Madam
I
Chair.
was asked how this board, the stance of this
Think
board.
about it.
No, sir, I don't have to think about it. You weren't there, I don't believe. I
Madam
was,
Chair,
and I
I
know
was.
what I said. I said this board was split on many issues, 7 to 5. That is exactly what I said.
The question was,
I-
how does the board stand on the PCB issue at the landfill?
That's-
Correct, Camille?
That is correct.
That
It
is
was not
correct.
many issues, it was that issue. And I corrected it last week.
And I answered it, Danny. You weren't there either. I
Jerry,
answered,
you admitted it last week.
I answered, you're right, I did.
Okay, and
I
then,
admitted just
Go
what
ahead,
I
Tom,
said,
you just
not
admitted.
what Tom said.
Let Tom
With that
finish.
said, the DeWitt
No.
County Constitution,
No.
you didn't give me a chance to speak at the beginning of the meeting like I'd like to. Please allow me to speak now.
That's right.
I took the time to prepare this statement to address this county board, and I appreciate the time and not being interrupted in doing so. Thank you. The DeWitt County Constitution publisher David Holt went even further by accusing Better Government for DeWitt County of being a group actively supporting the family that operates the Clinton landfill. This is also not true. No one from our committee has pledged support for the landfill and its use of the chemical waste unit. Our members attended the
I
MAPA
apologize,
meeting.
but I am going to interrupt you, sir.
Our members
This
attended
board
the
has
MAPA
nothing to do
meeting to support
with the media.
clean drinking
How what
water.
they say.
That's
or
because
what
you've
they
already
don't
passed
do.
your motion. It would have been relevant earlier.
Excuse me.
Please lower your voice.
No.
Ron, you do not have the right to throw him out here.
Our members attended the MAPA meeting in support of clean drinking water. Let me say here publicly that the Better Government for DeWitt County is pro-clean water and pro-safe water. Better Government for DeWitt County has not pledged support for the landfill regarding storage of toxic waste. We do, however, support the approximate $1 million in revenue generated to the county through the landfill's business. And we support the 100 jobs that the landfill provides, many of those jobs to our DeWitt County residents. Regarding business at last week's meeting here, the speaker from Champaign, Assistant Attorney Joe Hooker, has the interest of Champaign surrounding communities at heart. Mr. McGinnis, who represents the landfill, has the best interest of the Coulter family at heart. The DeWitt County State's Attorney Carl Forbes has the best interest of this county at heart. We would like to publicly show our support for our elected legal advisor, Mr. Quartz, and we appreciate his role to support our county's best interests. As Mr. Quartz has stated, we fear that entering into the lawsuit will immediately result in the breach of the host agreement, causing a potential loss of jobs and revenue for the county. We'll just have to see how that plays out now. We fail to see how a disagreement with county board management equates to providing false information, half-truths, and outright lies. 7 to 5 may be the majority around these tables, certainly not the consensus for DeWitt County. I thank you for your time.
I really was hoping just to speak to everyone a little bit before you made your decision, which I know that was already made, we all know was already made. However, in George's speech, in that, I mean, I heard everything about the water, and again, nobody else can say it any more than you already have. We're all in the same boat. I supported Watch had a sign in my yard. I was for it, until I found out the ramifications of breaking and reneging on a legal and binding contract, and what it's gonna do to our county and every taxpayer here, except for Tucker. So it's gonna affect all of us, our jobs, our economics. I prepared this just because I'm trying to, I mean, everybody's trying to look at this and say, what do you think we're going to gain? You said we can't sit by on the sidelines, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we get off the sidelines and put this piece of paper in here, what does that change? What does it change? What does it change?
It signs us on as being an interested party.
You don't think that they were interested?
I don't think they know it officially, no.
We don't. It's our work, it's our jobs, it's our team. We don't have, I guess I just don't understand. Terry Tom did an interview on the radio station later, about 10 minutes maybe, in 10 minutes, both the gentleman and the woman that was interviewing them got it. They understood, they said, this is not an easy situation. We're all in the same boat. We absolutely, but remember, I went to that meeting, which I got crucified for. I went to that meeting as a taxpayer, a business owner, and a member, a lifelong member of this community, which I'm completely vested in, live and die here. So, you know what, I live east of the landfill, I have a well, supply drinking water to my entire family, and we're all in the same boat. But here's the thing, you guys are black and white. If we aren't, holding your signs and cheering you on, or believing with it, right, then we are the opposition, and you call us the opposition, and every board member on here, the opposition. I don't think that's too, working as a community, as a board member for the best, for this county. And because I've read your blog, we've all read your blog, and because you call every one of these members an opposition. You do. And every taxpayer that doesn't agree with what you have to say for the opposition. We gotta, yeah, you did. Yeah,
It is
that's not-
true.
yes, I wrote a call last night at our home where you called us the opposition because we don't want to break a legal contract. I don't know how much, you won't listen to these two men, which have legal degrees, because y'all think you're smarter than the legal team that was elected to do their job. So when you read this, stuff, you never did address what do you think we're gonna gain by destroying our county? Because I can tell you, and you know as well, there was a letter by, of course, Mr. Guinness that was delivered today. There was another letter by Mr. Guinness that was delivered in May 30th of 2013, saying the same thing. If you do break this contract, we will sue you, we will win. Then, when you break a contract, where are we at then with how we can control that landfill? I want to ask you, because that's what you're saying.
Getting-
What's the ramification?
In my opinion, and the opinion, I believe, of most people in this town, getting sued is preferable to not having any drinking water.
That, you're missing the point. Here's the point. We're all on the same page. Why can't we ever work together? I've asked all of you that, like we even parties one night, I said, why do we have to have this? Why do we have to have this? If we're having a common good, and we can all work together, we'd be a lot stronger. But you keep saying opposition, and everybody keeps fighting here with each other. Look where we are. We've accomplished nothing. But, however, if we can all agree, but you never bring it up, we're in a binding legal contract. Reneging on a contract can be what? If we thought we could make way and say, okay, and they'd say, all right, then if you guys are in, we're gonna change mine. It's still in the United States EPA, the only EPA, and with scientists, and it says right there, this is a process. Us putting in our hat is not gonna do anything, except hurt the people here. Maybe you don't care because you're retired. Maybe you don't care because you sold your business. I don't know if you do. I just said, I thought you sold it. No,
I sold one, but I still have.
Oh, I'm sorry. And I hear that you also think that I'm a big mouth, you know, I won't say it in here, but a stirrer. Let's just say that. You mean, yes, yeah. No. So here's the thing.
No, I'm going to say
He
something.
said something to me.
I understand he said something to you, Denise.
Okay.
But to continue to say things like that we all are saying these things, do you not understand that there are people out in this community that hear everything that everyone is saying?
Everyone is saying like whom? Are you talking about this? What gets printed?
No,
That's untrue.
that is
lies?
not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You just said Ron, and you weren't gonna go there. I could say the same about Annie, and I'm not gonna go there.
Oh, sure.
We
Okay.
need
Right.
to, we need
What I'm saying is, my first point is, I'm saying, whatever. And if Mr. Coach wants to talk to me sometime and tell me his opinion, I'm welcome to that, that's fine. Because we can talk. However, what I'm saying is the fact of economics. We all have jobs, we all pay taxes. I promote this town every single day and have for over 20 years, and I'm gonna continue to do so. However, when we got the contract, I would tell you, we're not gonna bring businesses in here. What would be the integrity to see a broken contract? What do you think Exelon's looking at it?
How many businesses do you think we're gonna get in here about
I don't
water
know.
supply to PCP?
I know. What do you think though? We still have no control over changing that. I don't understand it. We're all together, George, really. But you keep referring to us as opposition. That just puts the distinction here. So here's what I'm saying. You won't listen to Carl, you won't listen to the legal counsel, you won't listen to the bench, you won't listen to anybody except the fact that you guys had voted on this already. So this was worthless.
You're suggesting that we get our advice from the landfill attorney? That seems.
Who said that?
David Holt.
You won't listen to McGinnis.
She did
No,
not
I
say that.
did not. I did not. I said that. When did I say that on the minutes? George, when did you say that?
That you won't listen to McGinnis.
Yeah, well, what he's saying about suing, and maybe that's what you misunderstood. I'm saying that he talked about the ramifications of breaking the contract. You clearly don't care because the whole thing is political anyway. We want to be, everybody wants to be heroes and save our philosopher. We all do too, but we need to do it in a legal manner. You know, two people were on this board back in 2008. It was Dave Newberg and Pete Torrey. They both voted yes. I have the minutes right here if anybody wants to see them. Dave, for the amendment, yes, I'm sorry.
We voted for that.
That's right. That's right, we did. Dave's standing by his word and his integrity and his morals. He's gonna support that because we're already in it. We didn't get ourselves in it. 2008, they made an action based on the information that you felt was the best for our town. Dave's sticking by his word, he's not gonna renege. But yet you're here voting yes, because you do, because that makes it pass, 75. But why would you renege on something you voted yes right here?
I
Well, it's the board minutes from September the 18th, 2008. That's what I just don't understand. And if you've read this, and what I'm saying about McGinnis, we're not from McGinnis is on their side. We all have our corners. These two men are legally elected to look out for the best interest for our county, whether it be financially, criminal, whatever. That's their job. So, again, what do you think that what we're gonna do by throwing this letter in or reneging on a contract? What do we gain? No, you haven't. I'm asking. No, you didn't. You said we're gonna get clean drinking water. That doesn't mean we're gonna get it. If the Illinois EPA and the United States EPA comes back and says, no, not only do we renege on the contract, we have no control then of the landfill. Because if you renege this contract, I guess it would be like cognac, just keep stacking it higher and higher. Patrick Engineering might as well save that money because you think they're gonna let us come out and we're in not a good relationship with them and we've broken a contract? I don't think so. So this crazy decision will affect on so many levels. This is what this was about. So again, it's a little too late since we didn't talk.
We have someone else who has.
Although I'm not on the agenda as in past practice, I approach you briefly, I promise. As many of you know, if you do not know, my name is DeWitt Sturgeon. I reside now in Bloomington. I was a 26-year resident of this county that served on this board from 2006 until 2010. 2 years of those of which I was vice chairman of the board and Marina Committee chairman officially. Mr. Coons, tonight you stated that you feel the siding and roofing bid was done inappropriately.
That's what I was told.
I would be interested in more aspects of that as I was chairman of the committee at that time,
Well, then you'll know.
and it was not done inaccurately.
It wasn't put out and advertised for bids as procedure of the board.
Okay, thank you. It was advertised, and we did pick for multiple bids. I'm not sure if your company was one of them that we had.
No, I don't believe that our company has to do it.
Okay. George, tonight you said that this resolution included verbiage saying the county supported CLI in its endeavors on the first page. I failed to find those words on this resolution. Is there another resolution? Because nowhere does it say this board supports their endeavors. What I would like to say, and this would have had more bearing, I shouldn't say bearing, I would have felt better saying it before you voted for it. Denise has those minutes from 2008. I believe I was a yes vote on that amendment to the host agreement. I today, and you can put me on record even though I'm not on this board, I stand by that vote. I still support that vote, and shall I ever return to this county and live here again and run for this board, I will continue to stand by that vote. However, Sherry, in April of 2009, we sat in that jury box, probably our first meeting in here because the county boardroom was too full, and listened to either the IEPA or US EPA, I can't remember which one it was. At the end of that presentation, I stood up and said, before this meeting tonight, I supported what's going on here, and now I support it even more. I was interrupted, and I did clarify that that was as a resident, as an individual, and not as a board member. On multiple occasions, you have brought the fact that I breached the contract. Do you recall that at all?
I believe we talked about it that night because we were instructed by the then state's attorney not to make an opinion at all.
Okay, and that's when I clarified that I was speaking as the resident And actually, I believe that was brought up at one of your first meetings as a board, but I wanted to point that out because I received this letter as well. And it shows in here, CLI would consider this to be a breach of section 33. Did you not at all recall the conversation we had that night and thought that this might breach the contract?
My opinion, it does not.
So if it does in fact breach the contract, are you okay with losing, I think Carl said $200,000 a quarter, millions of dollars that's
I
already been
also
paid out?
don't believe that they can do that, Levi. That's my opinion.
Okay.
So,
But
you
your,
ask me to respect your opinion,
I do respect your opinion.
I'm asking you to respect
I will do that.
my opinion.
The other comment, George, you said something about a previous board member not being a resident of the county when they were on board. Can you share who you were directing that?
That is certainly not true like that.
Okay. If that was me, I will tell you, I was on this board for 4 years. I lived at 120 North Lincoln in Clinton, which was District 8 at the time. I believe, I don't know who the person was, but the senior of the two courses was the state's attorney at the time, and somebody made a claim against my residency. We had a discussion, and he proved that I was still a resident of this county. I bought a house in Bloomington in June 2010. My legal residency did not change until December 1st, 2010. I served this board for 4 years as a resident of this county. If that was not directed at me, I'm just clarifying that for this board and the people here today. I still have a vested interest in this county, and I always will. I think multiple people here tonight wish they would have been able to speak, and this might be the fourth time I've said this to you. I believe it was nearly a year ago that I said Sherry Brown must be stopped. And again, I will tell you, Sherry Brown.
George, I have a motion from George. Second from Ron. Are there any questions regarding the bills? Motions?
Bruiser?
Yes.
Redmond? Yes. Savage?
Yes.
Tucker?
Yes.
Wissmiller?
Yes.
Ballinger?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Doherty? Hoffman? Coons? Mayweather? Yes. Huber?
Motion carried. There's a motion to purchase 5 monitors. Entertain a motion to approve county board minutes from October 10th, 2015. Motion by Ann. Second by George. Any additions or corrections?
Bruiser?
Yes.
Redmond? Yes. Savage? Tucker?
Yes.
Wissmiller?
Yes.
Ballinger? Brown? Doherty? Hoffman? Coons? Mayweather? Huber? Motion carried.
Entertain a motion to purchase 5 monitors at $202.65 each for a total of $118.25. Motion by Pete. Second by Danny. I can use it, Pete.
We just keep these as spares, so when one goes down, we've got one to replace.
Are these in last year's budget?
Current year, yes.
Current year.
Yeah. We usually do them at the end of our fiscal year.
That's what I was thinking, but I want to clarify that. This is on that 2-year,
On the monitors, we just replace those when one goes down. The workstations are on the 2-year.
But you actually are keeping these as spares?
Yes, yes, they're in-house so that when we do have one go down, we've got one in-house to go flip them out.
Okay.
Do we have any spares now?
No,
Well,
yes.
on the workstations also?
We have 2 workstations in-house right now that haven't been replaced out. But we try to do those on a 2-year. So these 8 would be, we've got them already targeted of who they'll be replacing, or which one they'll be replacing.
We just have a motion. Any questions about all of them?
Bruiser? Redmond?
Yes.
Savage?
Yes.
Tucker?
Yes.
Wissmiller?
Yes.
Ballinger?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Doherty?
Yes.
Hoffman? Coons? Mayweather?
Yes.
Newberg?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Entertain a motion to purchase 8 workstations at $886.60 each for a total of $7,092.80.
Motion.
Motion by Pete,
Second.
second by Julie. Any questions?
Do we go through like 8 of those a year? Do we go through that many of them?
We try to replace them. We've got them all categorized in the oldest, and we try to put those out before they actually crash and cause us a problem.
Well, they last a couple of years, is that what they do?
No, actually, they're lasting around 4 years.
Isn't this part of the 2-year rotation? though?
Yes, but they're, the ones that are replacing are probably 4 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got several more than that in the city.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, call the roll.
Bruiser? Redmond?
Yes.
Savage?
Yes.
Tucker?
Yes.
Wissmiller? Ballinger?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Doherty? Hoffman? Coons? Mayweather?
Yes.
Newberg?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Entertain a motion to purchase imaging software for file servers at $4,626.72 and 10 workstations for $638.40.
Workstations are 630, 40 for 10 or?
Total.
It's-
Total?
You're talking software, imaging software.
It's a backup, it's a type of a backup. It actually
I
takes
need
an
a
image.
motion in a second. Have a motion by Pete, second by Danny, I'm sorry, Al. What exactly is this for, Dean?
For the file service, it's actually going to take the place of the tape backup.
Okay,
It's a better backup. We actually can get like a year's worth of backup with this. And so if a file server goes down, it can be up in a matter of an hour, 2 hours instead of, yeah, a couple days. And then on the workstations, they suggested that the 10 would be, we would pick the most crucial workstation in each office, that if it went down, which one would need to be able to be up and going the fastest.
So it's actually software for file servers and workstations.
correct.
Yeah.
I wouldn't read that. So.
Okay, any questions?
Bruiser?
Yes.
Redmond?
Yes.
Savage?
Yes.
Tucker?
Yes.
Wissmiller?
Yep.
Ballinger?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Doherty?
Yes.
Hoffman? Coons? Mayweather?
Yes.
Newberg?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Entertain a motion to identify Keith Coons as the contact.
Motion.
Motion by Pete,
Second.
second by George. Sure.
Once again, I'll say, is there any reason that somebody else wasn't considered
So I think it would have, for the conflict of interest to work with DWC. Or what, I mean. I probably didn't make the decision, but I assume for whatever reason we didn't want DWC. And that's all.
I just think Keith being the one with the ties he's already got with him is just not a good fit. I mean, he's the one that brought the company forward and everything, and that, we're just nesting them together on everything.
They can make it clean,
I think we need to separate Keith from it.
Nothing.
Any other questions? Call the roll, please. Cruiser. Redmond.
No.
Savage. Tucker.
Yes.
Wismiller.
Yes.
Ballinger.
No.
Brown. Yes. Doherty.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes.
Coons. Mayweather.
No.
Newberg.
No.
Motion failed. Entertain a motion to approve the transfer of 10% of FAB Associates Inc. stock from Greg Forrest to Jacob Forrest effective January 1st, 2014.
What does that have to
Can I get a motion?
do? Yeah, I'll make it.
I have a motion by Danny,
I'll second.
second by Judy.
Reason that you have to ask the board for the transfer, right?
The lease requires approval of the full board for the transfer of stock. This is in succession. Only this one, this will be the third transfer. After this transfer, Jacob will have 30% of the stock, and I'll have 70% of the stock. Doing this for the next 2 years, we're time and spending. We did a similar thing a year ago. I think Doug would not have been here, but others, and David has, everything has changed from last year to date. It'll be effective January 1st of 2014. That's when my fiscal year starts. And the only thing that changed from last year is the total numbers shares of stock that it's a 25 share transfer. So his increases by 25%, from 25 shares into 100. So the number right now, but after this takes place, a total, there's 500 shares of stock total, so I think they went out. When it's all said and done, I'll own 175 shares to go with it, so.
It has no dollar.
250. Nothing to the county except the lease requires. I mean, it's like if we wanted to sell.
You couldn't turn around and sell FAB to somebody and all of a sudden we have a contract with somebody that we didn't sign a contract.
Or they don't agree.
Right, right. He walked in here and said, you're gonna give me a certain way or something, go out to somebody that you know where we can say, well, that's not happening. It's a contract.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Any other questions about that?
And how often does this happen?
This one's the third year. I mean,
It happens once a year.
we'll have one. Started, it started at 20, and I think 2011.
No.
Cruiser? Redmond?
Yes.
Savage? Tucker?
Yes.
Westmiller?
Yes.
Ballinger?
Yes.
Brown? I'm abstaining on this. Doherty?
Yes.
Hoffman?
No.
Coons? Mayweather? Newberg?
Yes.
Motion carried. I've been asked to take a 5-minute recess.